What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Klamtucky Bourbon Boyz. I am Mike.
And this is Dave.
How you guys doing?
Weird.
He's back. So
Yeah. Left you unattended to
yeah.
see, my job is hard over here. I'm doing all this stuff.
It took me like 5 takes. I had to drink,
See?
I don't know, half a bottle of whiskey to get it right. It was
Sure that helped.
I think I presented it quite nicely.
That was the button?
Well, there's a lot of
It had a swank to it. I'll give you that.
a little swagger.
Yeah.
A little something subdued and different. I don't know. What you guys think of it? Let me know. Let us know. And we skipped the woo on the intro this time. So after much debate and
I did the action.
conversation,
I was gonna. It's ingrained.
yeah, right. It's kind of natural at this point. After what is this? 32, 33 episodes? 33 episodes already.
Look at this old season pros over here.
Right. That's better part of that's more than half a year.
Yeah.
We're doing all right. So we're gonna do some whiskey first because it's Bourbon Boyz again this week.
Well, yes.
This guy over here.
I think. Yeah. So I'll have your take on that one, but it might be done with the beer.
The winter beer thing.
Oh, dude.
Not getting good vibes, huh?
My happy spot, I think I've said it, is Oktoberfesty.
Yeah, the fall beers.
Yeah, there's something about an old fashioned is timeless, but that'll keep you warm in the winter.
Right.
Just because it says winter beer does not warm you up.
See, when
Anyway,
to me, just in my head, when I think of winter beers, I'm thinking oatmeal stouts, something that's dark and deep, and that to me. I mean, that's just my.
And that is more.
Guinness.
Yeah, that would be a lot better than.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that one.
Yeah.
So we'll drink some good whiskey first.
All
How
right.
about that? So this was actually my wife's pick. She is a fairly big fan of Widow Jane. Oh,
One more.
there it is. And so over the Thanksgiving weekend, we were out running around. And, of course, we have to hit liquor stores because that's what you do on Black Friday, right? No? Well, we do.
Yeah.
So this is Widow Jane Applewood Rye.
We do have to talk. We should partnership with the liquor store to get them to lower the price a little bit.
Right? I mean, we're promoting.
Perk.
This was one bottle that wasn't a store pick, but it's still good. I'm not big on flavored whiskeys and typically not a huge fan of ryes, but
Oh, there. I was gonna say she don't have legs, but
she got legs.
ripper.
A set of stems on
Look at
there.
your face in there. Oh,
Thanks.
well, if the Coke can would sponsor, I'd be a little bit more responsible. But right now
Right?
we don't have a sponsor.
Yeah, there's no Coke Chem sponsor still. There's been rumors and so on, threats and whatever. But so this is a selection of rye whiskeys finished in barrels with Applewood staves, and it's 93 proof, which is 47 and 46.5%. Batch 2, bottle 264, bottled in 2023. So, again, it's got the stats. It's got the little written stuff down here. Widow Jane just makes a good product, but definitely pick up apple on the nose.
That is I think I'm gonna. It's definitely in the top 5 of the ryes.
Yeah.
I'd almost go 3.
Really?
I'd almost. I think it hits the podium for sure.
All right.
Now, which, man, see, it's always the one you're drinking because I was gonna say numbers, but I don't think I want to.
Numbers.
Well, I was gonna create my podium, but
Oh, gotcha.
right now this is number 1. I mean,
See, The old Ezra 7 is still my number one rye to date.
Okay.
And I almost got a barrel bourbon in a rye because, man, they make a good rye. So it's good. It's got apple all over it. Apple on the nose, apple on the palate.
It's different on the apple take compared to like the Ezra, or for me, it's Angel Envy Rye. But the sweet, I mean, those are definitely sweeter.
Yeah.
This is more subtle sweet, but the apple just rounds that rye out. I mean,
Yeah, you nailed it. It's you would almost assume it's going to be overly sweet being an apple infused or whatever you want to call it. It's not. It's got that taste of apple, but it's got the, I don't know really how to phrase it outside of like prickliness of a rye, that spiciness.
right?
So it's not super sweet. I think this would make a good old fashioned.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. With the black walnut bitters.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to try that. Not today.
I'll even
Sorry.
go one more.
Well, okay.
Maple syrup.
Ooh. All right. Yeah, you're
Oh,
probably onto
next
something.
week. Oh, see,
Next week's
I'll be right
episode,
back.
Stay
I'm
tuned.
Go get some, man, okay.
Last night I had a challenge thrown down to me to make an old fashioned out of my Nulu, and now it sounds delicious.
Bet you only had one.
I haven't done it yet. I wasn't here. I didn't have the bottle with me. It was a friend of mine when we were over at the
that's right. You were out and
holiday
about.
parade thing.
Yeah.
But we were talking about how good that Nulu was, and he says, "Man, I bet it makes a good old fashioned." I thought, man, now I have to
All right.
try.
So was that Anthony?
No, it was Ben.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, he knew it? Nulu?
No, he just heard my descriptions of it,
Oh.
and
Okay.
now he wants. He said, no matter what, I got to save him a shot out of that bottle. Which I got you, brother. No problem.
Yeah, this is so. If you haven't, we've discussed the flavored whiskeys and whatever beforehand. This is riding that safe line of not over flavored and whatever.
Right.
And it's not, man, I hate keep bringing it. It's not sweet, but that apple, it's like a physical apple. It's not that
Exactly. It's not like
Fakey.
that fake candy apple.
Yeah,
It's like a
it-
real
yeah.
apple, like apple juice in there. Yeah. Yeah. You nailed it. That's, yeah. And it's not overly sweet. It definitely has that rye influence going. But that is a pretty good pour.
And yeah, if you're okay using this as an old fashioned, I will. Well, either one of us, I would gladly make an old fashioned out of this thing.
Well, you have to talk to the wife about that because it's her bottle technically. She's monitoring over there in the corner when she heard I was putting her bottle up for tasting today. She had to come out here and make sure we didn't drink it all and get her share of the cut
Almost
too.
worse
So
than Bill. We got Bill and her now. Man,
producer and executive producer or something. But no, it's good. It's got there's some spiciness there, almost some clove maybe in the background,
yeah, it's your typical rye profile for sure.
but with a bite of a fresh apple thrown in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's a pretty well purchased bottle. I've never really been disappointed in Widow Jane. Yeah. So their Decadence is phenomenal. If you haven't had that one, that's a great bottle. What else we got there? We got the Lucky 13
Well, just their plain bottle.
and the Vaults. We've got the Vaults also.
Yeah, the vault.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
They're all good.
That's another solid. So is that a distiller or is that a blender?
They're a blender.
Okay. But yeah, no, that's another solid. Their whole lineup is excellent.
Yeah. Yeah, and so they're surprisingly good whiskeys considering they come out of New York. No offense to you New Yorkers.
Get a rope.
New York City. Yeah.
Well, look at the color of it. Color is beautiful.
Color's good. Kind of a honeyish look to it. Not bad. Almost same color as the whiskey, just a little cloudier.
Shout out the Skyline. No,
Right?
So I had mine last night. I opened one of these and I'll let you
The nose it smells, not that I nose beer very often, but I'm kind of getting the habit with drinking whiskey like we do.
So yeah, I'll just turn it down while you're torturing yourself over there. Double Mountain. Sorry.
I like it so far. I mean,
So Double Mountain. Give them a little.
fa la 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 winter ale.
Yeah. So Double Mountain is the brewery. Fa la 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 is the name. It's a winter ale.
Pledge. Lemon Pledge. You could polish your furniture with that shit. That being said, it's not awful, but for a winter beer, it's citrusy. And that caught me off guard.
And it's a harsh. There is no drop off. You have those beers that just kind of let you down, and
Yeah.
this is just beer, and it just drops you on your nose. So I found this while we were gallivanting in Bend, but no, this is from Hood River, so it is a local Oregon brewery. But I
don't hate it.
think I'm just gonna stop at Oktoberfest now.
Yeah.
Just not.
See, to me, that flavor works if it was like 90 degrees outside and I just finished mowing the lawn. That seems like it'd be more fitting with the citrusy, lemony flavor than a winter beer.
And that's weird too, because I didn't get you once again, sir. You nailed it, because I didn't get any of that. I just felt that harsh.
Slap on your tongue.
Yeah, the drop off, and that's. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going back to this one.
All right. I would, but mine's gone. So did my due diligence there.
Well, now you have about.
Oh, look at that. The executive producer over there in the corner needs another round. Why don't you step in front of the camera and get yourself some there?
Wow.
All right.
I can't reach that.
You'll have to lean in just a little bit more. Say hi to the people at least so people don't think we're just crazy. Nothing?
Hi.
There it is. See? She's real.
Hi, Klamtucky Bourbon Boyz fans. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Love y'all.
Wow.
There you go. Wow.
Wow.
All right. Now you get
A
a
little promo.
right? Yeah. Now you get a second pour. So
Well, okay, so we do have to cross pollinate here, because she has been on some Facebook Kentucky stuff. So
Yeah.
you do have a wife. She is
oh yeah.
live, just not for YouTube land, I guess.
Not a big fan of the camera. I hate to tell you, I like your beer. I know you're not a fan.
Might have 4 more, because it's looking for a home, I think.
If again though, I don't know why they consider that a winter. To me, we had this conversation prior to starting to record, but to me, a winter beer is like an oatmeal stout or some dark and heavy. That to me is not dark and heavy. It's citrusy, and I kind of find it refreshing.
All right.
It's got to be ice cold though. That flavor would not bode well if it got to room temp at all.
Well, this was in the fridge until recording.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's still cool.
Yeah, no.
but I could definitely tell that would be horrible.
I'll give you that.
But ice cold after I just finished mowing my lawn, I cracked that open. I'd be all right with it.
Yeah, for me, that is not. Excuse me. That is not any kind of. Yeah, that's.
Just doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
Well, we're different too, is because I like IPAs, and I know you're not a big fan of IPAs.
Well, I do like a hazy.
Yeah,
But see, also another one, I just thought of this one. You like that Nikasi one I had, too.
I did.
And
Yeah.
that is no bueno for me. So,
And nothing against Ninkasi. I like the flavor of their products. I get a raging headache every time I drink Ninkasis. Maybe
but
if I kept it to
are those two similar in profiles, though?
yeah. We'll see if the headache develops here in a little bit. But other than that, there are some similarities between Ninkasi and this. But I'm not hating it. So 7.5% alcohol, 85 BU.
Oh, yeah, we do have. So, yeah.
There's some stats. You're just so preoccupied with hate.
Well, I did right. Well, we did. I did the bourbon thing on the beer again. Yeah, it is 7.5%, which is high for a beer.
Delicious
So
citrus.
I'll call that the 100 proof of beers,
All right,
if you will.
Yeah.
And in the bourbon fashion, that's got a date on it. It is special. So that was
Centennial hops,
2nd of October of 24. That the dude was bottled.
resinous hop character, Pilsner and crystal malts.
That's why it's a little bitter, huh?
That's where the bitterness is coming from. It's the detergent.
Well, and see, okay, so yeah, I saw that crystal malts, and see, okay, so I'll give props out. So I even know the name of it. Old Chico is made by Sierra Nevada. And
Okay.
that uses the crystal hops in that, and that is a good drinkable beer.
I couldn't help but notice on the label it did mention citrus, so I'll take a point for that one.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, if you these are out and about, I think we found these at the local Fred Meyer. So, you are in Oregon or found this la la la.
So local Fred Meyer could mean it would also be available in what's the parent company?
The Kroger.
Kroger's. That's it. I was wanting to say Kohler, and I knew that wasn't right. Kroger.
Yeah, but this is Hood River beer, so I mean I don't know how
Widely distributed.
right. So I would say most of your Fred Meyers up in the Northwest up here would have that, but then you're dealing with marketing and distribution, and I don't know how far that's going to get out.
Okay. I don't hate it. So I will gladly recover your other bottles. Maybe we can have a bottle swap or something.
They're out in the car waiting for you. No, I have not. Yeah, I wanted to come back. I had a rough day yesterday, so I didn't know if it was a day wearing on me. I wanted to come back and try it. I think they're yours though.
Entirely up to you, but
I'll make my local donation.
all right. Yeah, I don't hate it.
So what are your? We'll leave it up to you. What do you guys? I need a good semi-winter beer.
A good winter beer. I know a guy named Dan that watches this fairly often down in California. I would trust his recommendation. Dan, I need a shout out from you on what you would recommend for a good winter beer, buddy. Let me know.
In SoCal, he's drinking a
Central
Central.
Cal.
I was gonna say he's drinking a Shandy or a Corona this time of year.
Yeah, when it cools off to 65
All right,
degrees.
Central. I'll give him winter down there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, he's a reliable source. So give me a shout out and let me know what you would recommend for a good winter beer for this guy. But other than that, I think, this is a winner. I'm happy with it. It might make the podium for me on Rise. So old Ezra 7 is still my number one. Barrel bourbon, they have one called Seagrass, I believe. That's a rye. And that's my number 2. And in this, just because of the uniqueness with the apple, I'd probably throw it on the podium. That, and there's just not that many. I don't drink a lot of rye. And I'm just kind of coming around to realizing that the rye that I used to drink that made me hate ryes was just a crappy rye. No offense to you, Bullet. Oh, did I mention them out loud?
Okay, so I'll shoot for dead in the middle, the classic. What's your take on Sazerac?
Oh, all right. So I'm going to Old Ezra 7, Barrel Seagrass, Sazerac.
Is that your 5?
No, that's my top. No, that's only 2.
Oh,
So I've got Old Ezra 7 is number 1. Still, that is to me the best rye I've ever had. I will put Barrel Seagrass at number 2, Sazerac at number 3, and sadly, and nothing against this bottle, it's going to have to sit there at number 4. And did you say rude? The wife, who's a huge Widow Jane fan, just told me I'm rude because I didn't pick
you kicked
her
the bottle off
whiskey
the podium.
to be on the podium. Well, if it was her show, she could make it number 1. But
and I will disagree with you just on the Sazerac, and that's why I wanted your take on it. But for me, it's good, solid. It's a little narrow.
it is a little narrow,
It's the classic rye.
right?
Nothing wrong.
And
with
that's
it.
what puts it at number 3 for me.
All right.
It's the classic rye.
I think those other ones just pop a little bit more for me. And
Yeah.
But
I don't dislike it. Don't get me wrong. It's good. Not quite there for me. There's just something not quite there for me. But again, everything is subjective, right? I mean, it's a matter of your palate. Like the beer, he doesn't like it. I think it's pretty darn good. Thanks. Been paying for that commercial since the 70s. Appreciate it. But I've got a challenge for you. I'm going to go ahead and divulge what I would like to do on next week's episode.
Oh boy.
So, what's my favorite whiskey?
Oh. One?
My number 1. Oh, for crying out. Stag ring a bell?
Oh, okay.
All
I didn't
right.
know we were going. Oh, I thought.
No, my favorite.
I apologize.
Because
Yes.
Stag is if I had to drink one whiskey the rest of my life, it would be Stag.
All right. You have a lot in your
Currently.
collection. You threw me off.
I didn't mean to do that to you. None of that.
Yeah, no.
Well, the Remus is good. Why it's still out here, I'm not sure. It belongs in the house.
Remus.
Yeah, the Gatsby.
Oh.
That being said, though,
All right.
that Nulu has ratcheted up.
Since you opened?
It's on the podium already.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Next week, we're doing a blind comparison of the Stag. They're both comparable. They're both 130 plus proof.
Right.
We're doing a blind comparison of the Stag and the Nulu.
All right.
I need to put up my number 1 needs a challenger, right? Nobody stays champion without being challenged once in a while.
All right.
So
Well, if we're going high proofs, I can. So I have a bottle from Ben that's up there.
now, what we're going to need is somebody,
Or
a non-judgmental person.
Don't look at me.
I'm looking at you.
You're looking for a
I'm looking at you.
non-judgmental person.
All right, I'm just looking for somebody to anonymously pour, so I don't know what I'm drinking. Okay. The executive producer in the corner says we could do that. I want to challenge, to me, Stag is way up here on a pedestal and everything else is kind of wandering around in the wilderness below it, except that Nulu.
and that's interesting because that Nulu was, I'll say, half the price.
Oh, yeah. And it's only a 5.5-year-old whiskey, but it doesn't drink like it. I would not, fully would expect, if I would just taste it and you ask me how old it was, I'd say 10 to 12 year. And it's half that.
That speaks highly of the bottler then. I mean, that's, yeah.
So we got to do a throwdown and compare the Nulu to the Stag and see who the champion is. Does a reigning champ stand its ground, or is a new one crowned? In a way, since one is half the price of the other, I might be okay. If there's a new reigning champ and I think it's fairly accessible. I'm not sure because that Nulu was a store pick. That wasn't 3rd Street. What was the other one that we went to?
Oh, if you don't know, I'm not saying. I know where it's at.
Jeez. I can probably find it. I just don't know what it's.
Trailhead Liquors.
Trailhead Liquors. It was a store pick at Trailhead Liquors in Bend, Oregon. And kudos to you, Trailhead Liquors, because, man, you picked a winner. That is a good bourbon for the price.
They
About
are
$75, if I remember right.
Yeah, I believe so. You stole my because I wanted that bottle, but I didn't want to have two of the same bottle.
You should have.
I should have. But no, so just for a minute, that Trailhead Liquor, that's a good store because that's also where we picked up the Old Forester, single barrel strength.
Yeah.
That's
kind of a go-to for store picks.
That's a. Ooh. Still get on. So I'm gonna. Okay, so I'll claim the next show after.
All right.
And I'm gonna have to punch the executive producer in the face, or sweet talker, or buy her dinner because I'm making an old fashioned out of that. Maybe she'll let me have one. We can split.
All right. So I think,
and she might be okay if we have one and make her one. She'll be all ooh. And
if we make her a whole one,
right,
and then we split one.
Yes.
Yeah. She's nodding or grudgingly approval of us doing that with her whiskey. So all right, that's fair. But no, so Widow Jane, very good. Not my favorite rye, but not a bad rye whatsoever. The applewood aging makes it really unique. It's got a great flavor profile to it.
It does.
I still stand by the old Ezra 7. That is a phenomenal rye. I'm getting to find Lux Row was one place that we didn't make it to when we were back in Kentucky this year. And I'm starting to regret that because we've had several Lux Row products now that are pretty darn good.
Yeah, well, we also missed Wild Turkey.
Well, that's because they were closed. Monday and Tuesday.
Cry at night over that.
Well, when we go back, we'll just we'll catch them on a Thursday or a Friday or Wednesday. Dave was really heartbroken about that. Wild Turkey makes some good stuff. I was too. That's the problem with when you're there. There are so many places to see. So much whiskey to drink, and somebody still has to get everybody back to the hotel safe. So,
well, and it's work because we thought we did our homework too. We kind of had an itinerary, kind of had some pre-purchased tours lined up, and it's really a nightmare. You really have to Excel spreadsheet down to what you're doing.
It's not joking.
Day of the week because this closed and that's closed, and it's weird.
Yeah, it is.
It's weird.
So we were in Louisville Saturday-ish through Tuesday, and then we went down to Tennessee. And, I think it sounds like we're going back again next year. So we'll do Nashville Monday, Tuesday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever, and then we'll go back to Louisville and do the whiskeys that we missed this time around. We'll do those next time around. So,
well, yeah, we got to spread the love. We already know what's out at the other places, which I will go back to Jim Beam any day of the week.
Yep, and Glen Creek.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
And then we have to catch Castle and Key or whatever that. Yep.
Yep.
And of course, Wild Turkey.
Well, here comes another spreadsheet. All right.
On that note,
that's it for me.
What do you think, sir?
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Here we are. Hi. There I am. Thanks. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already, and tell your friends. We love doing this. So hopefully you enjoy watching it. And at that, we'll be back next week, and we'll do a reigning champ comparison. slugfest, if you will, of high-end bourbon. So find out who the new champ is. Or maybe we have an ongoing reigning champ. So stay tuned. Check it out next week. See who wins. Thanks a lot, you guys. Have a great week.
Thanks, guys.